Hey Larperinos, it is Avi from Of Science and Swords coming at you once again. Today, we're going to be looking at Calimacil's new Polearm Scimitar. Not content with the redonkulously huge competition being presented by the Epic Armory Longyari, Calimacil actually have these new Naginata style swords on sticks. So let's get right down to the visual side of things. I'm actually genuinely impressed, as I always am, with the quality of the Calimacil molds. As you can see, it is incredibly well molded. There is detailing both on the blade and on the wooden shaft, which is both molded and painted to look incredibly realistic. Unlike other Japanese weapons coming out of Calimacil, such as the Musashi Katana and Wakizashi, this actually comes with the Tsuba included. I found this to be an interesting addition because it does mean that you can actually use this particular polearm to block and grip incoming blows from other players if you know how to use the guard correctly. Coming in at over 200 centimeters, this bad boy is really going to make a hell of a lot of difference on the field when it comes to maintaining distance. It's also going to be particularly good for poking those players who happen to be behind the shield wall. At 225 centimeters and 1,350 grams, it does need to be noted, particularly for the Australian market, that this is outside both the size and weight rules for a lot of games, particularly those that are established on the Swordcraft-based rules. This is nothing to be sneezed at. It's incredibly long. However, it does need to be pointed out that that is really going to cost you in the shipping. In terms of durability, I am actually very impressed. It is a solid construction, which you always can expect from Calimacil. As you can see from the inset, I'm having great difficulty in bending this over my knee. So they're clearly using a thicker core than a lot of other Calimacil type weapons. So rugged durability is something that you can always expect out of Cali, as one would assume from their 12-month warranty. So how does it stack up against the relevant competition? Well, as you can see, the Longyari from Epic Armory at 240 centimeters versus the Calimacil Polearm Scimitar's 225 has a noticeable length difference. That extra 15 centimeters can really make a huge amount of difference when it comes to maintaining the distance between yourself and enemy combatants. Unfortunately, I'm not terribly impressed by the way that these handle. It could be that after years of using an Epic Armory spear, I'm actually used to something far lighter and with a little bit less whip to it. But I just found that these were both quite whippy for their length, and that they were also somewhat weighted towards the bottom rather than the top, where the weight would be present in a real spear. As you can see from the slowed down video, they do have a fair bit of whip to them. This is because of their singular core construction, which naturally is going to bow and flex significantly more towards the middle, rather than having two separate cores joined together in the middle with a solid point.